Jim, you were not a mistake, believe me.
We'll get to that. I just want to let you know, Dad, that everyone wanted me to talk about the time that I peed on you at Howard Johnson's when I was 6. And that's not in here. All right, so everybody, 50 years, 3 kids, 9 grandkids, and no great-grandchildren that we know of yet. Mom and Dad met when they were 17 on a double date with Joyce and Rich Speck.
Sorry, not the one that killed the nurses.
No. There was a different Speck. And ultimately, Mr. Clemens took over and did his business. All right. So, they were 20 and 21 when they got married. They had no money. The money that they made on the wedding went to pay for the wedding. We headed off to our honeymoon to the Castaway Hotel in Miami, Florida. And Dad, had you ever stayed at a hotel at that point in your life? Got answered. The first time at a hotel. So, as the story goes, they were scared to stop because they didn't know what to do at a hotel. So think about it. Young and in love really applies here. So we fast forward 50 years later, still together, and really for this side of the table, spent a lot of time with Mom and Dad this morning, they wanted to pass along a couple of gender-specific guaranteed tips to support a successful relationship/marriage. First of all, if you're a man or a boy, you need to be patient when the women shop. Okay? When women shop. And the second.
Normally half the people at this table are deaf.
Okay. The second and the most difficult to accomplish is you need to actually listen to what they say. Right, Dad?
That's right. Okay.
On the women's side, it's real easy. You tell men how great they are. Everything will go fine if you just tell them how great they are. And then finally, and most important, you need to let them watch sports and or drink heavily without nagging. Okay, so I want to share with the group what Mom and Dad are very grateful for and what has really helped them make it through 50 years. First and foremost, 3 highly intelligent, stable, and successful children with their youngest pulling up the curve on the group. Second, I'm going to focus, even though these people can't hear over here, I'm going to look over here. You've got smart, passionate grandchildren that range in talents from question writing, teaching, binge drinking, music, writing, love of animals, video game mastery, in the case of my children, whining, fighting, and being generally disturbed.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, wait a second. I'm just gonna, little word's gonna pop out, grand. Next. You guys have been very fortunate to have traveled the world together. You've been through Europe, Middle East, Israel, and to nearly every square nautical mile of the Caribbean. Is that not true? Very lucky. You guys have had great lifelong friends and Don and Joyce. We've had countless great family vacations and New Year's Eve parties, with the only hiccup being the cruise we took on the Emerald Seas, where Mom had a slightly inappropriate encounter with Bunny, our cabin steward. And you had to have been there to laugh at that. You are very fortunate to have 3 sets of brothers and sisters that all reside in the same modern, state-of-the-art recreational adult living community that has allowed you all to put the finishing touches on your own personal development. And finally, thank you, Crazy Town. Dad, you want to sing Thank You, Crazy Town? Yeah. Again, personal. All right, so I'm going to conclude quickly. But sitting around talking with Mom and Dad this morning, just talking to the memories, it's been great. But a lot of things I kind of drove up that had me perplexed throughout my entire life that I need to ask you guys about. 1. Why did you guys always seclude yourselves in your bedroom every Wednesday night at exactly 8:35 and 8:37 to quote-unquote test the bed springs and weight capacity of your mattress? I never understood that. And second,
Actually, your timing's a little off there, Jim.
all right, 8:35 to 8:38.
We're straight.
And second, Dad, were you really practicing part-time law enforcement? And why did you only keep your handcuffs in the bedroom? And finally, is it really true? If it wasn't for that one night in 1969 where Mom went naked bunko, then I would have paid her today. All right, I'm done. Everybody raise your glass. I want to propose a toast to Mom and Dad for the last 50 years together, and more importantly, everyone here wishes you the best of luck with your future together.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.